Hello everybody, this is KevinVG207 and welcome back to another Mario Kart Wii video. Since I'm somewhat interested in linguistics and the Japanese language, today's video will be about comparing the Japanese and English versions of Mario Kart Wii. Specifically, we'll be looking at the translations of the track names. Since Nintendo is a Japanese company, the English course names are actually a translation of the Japanese names, done by Nintendo's localization team. I'll be looking at the differences in the translations and explain them. Keep in mind that I'm not Japanese. I'll try to pronounce the Japanese names to the best of my abilities, but there will be slight mistakes in pronunciation here and there. But anyway, let's get started. We'll start with the Mushroom Cup courses. Mushroom Cup in Japanese is Kinoko Kappu. Kinoko being the Japanese word for mushroom. Here it is written in katakana, one of the three Japanese writing scripts. Besides katakana, there exist hiragana and kanji. Usually, you would see it in its kanji form, but Mario Kart Wii track names in Japanese don't use kanji. This is because Mario Kart Wii is rated all ages, or 0A by the Japanese Computer Entertainment Rating Organization. That means the game should be understood by all Japanese children, including the ones that haven't learned a lot of kanji at school. Thank you, Ryoya, for this information. Let's go over the track names. Luigi Circuit, Luigi Circuito. As you can see, the original Japanese name is written in a way that mimics the way it would be pronounced in English. Moo Moo Meadows, Momo Kantori. I guess originally Nintendo meant for the track to be like a countryside, so they just added country after the Moo Moo. This doesn't really work in English, so it was changed to Meadows. Mushroom Gorge, Kinoko Canyon. This one's interesting. We see Kinoko again, which we know stands for mushroom, but the second part of the name is Canyon, canyon. In Japanese, this track is known as Mushroom Canyon instead of Gorge. Japanese does have a kanji character for gorge, this one, which is pronounced kai or hazama. Toad's Factory, Kinopio Factory. Kinopio is the Japanese name for Toad, so this track's name is basically the same in both Japanese and English. Next, let's head into the Flower Cup tracks, called Flower Cup in Japanese. Mario Circuit, Mario Circuito. Again, the Japanese name is the English pronunciation but made to fit the Japanese language. Coconut Mall, Kokonatsu Mall. Kokonatsu is the Japanese word for, you guessed it, coconut. It seems like it's written in plural, but the word kokonatsu is used for both singular and plural in Japanese. The Japanese language doesn't really have a singular or plural form for nouns. DK Snowboard Cross, or DK Summit. DK Snowboard Cross. There are actually two English names for this course, DK Summit in the US and DK Snowboard Cross in Europe. It seems like the European localization team decided to take the Japanese name, whereas the American localization team created their own name for the track. Wario's Gold Mine, Wario Kozan. The Japanese word kozan stands for ore mine. The Japanese name didn't specify which type of ore was being mined, while the English name specifically states that it's gold ore. Onto the Star Cup, also known as Star Cup in Japan. Daisy Circuit, Daiji Sakito. Just like the previous circuit tracks, just the character name combined with Sakito, just like in English. Koopa Cape, Nokonoko Misaki. Nokonoko is a Japanese name for Koopa Troopa, whereas in Japanese, Koopa actually stands for Bowser. Misaki is a Japanese word which stands for cape. This combined makes Koopa Troopa Cape, or Koopa Cape for short. Maple Treeway, Maple Tree House. This is another interesting one. Instead of treeway as we know it, the Japanese call the track a treehouse. This explains the building-like structures on the track. Grumble Volcano, Guragura Kazan. The first part of the name, Guragura, is an onomatopoeia, which I'll just call a sound word. It's a word that means a specific kind of sound. Guragura stands for wobbling or shaking, thus grumbling. Kazan is a Japanese word meaning volcano. And finally, let's look at the Special Cup, or Special Cup. Dry Ruins, Karakara Iseki. Again, we see another sound word here. Karakara stands for rattling, but also means dried up or bone dry. Iseki is a Japanese word that means historic ruins. Moonview Highway, Moonridge Ando Highway. This one's the most interesting of them all in my opinion. It translates to Moonridge and Highway. I don't know why Nintendo changed the name for the English release. Perhaps because it was too long? Or maybe they didn't want the end symbol in the name. Bowser's Castle. Koopa Kyasuru. Like I said before, Koopa is the Japanese name for Bowser. Kyasuru speaks for itself. Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road. Again, another track which is written in a way that mimics the English pronunciation. That wraps up this look at the Japanese track names for Mario Kart Wii. I hope you learned something today. I surely did when I researched the meanings of the Japanese names. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.